Okay, so anyways, I'll say that lady's name. Her name is Jolene, and I said I can't talk to that lady on the phone. She upsets me every time I'm on the phone with her. I swear to God, every time I spoke with this, I don't even know who the fuck the woman is. Had a problem with me. It seems like that seems to be the thing. The thing with these ones, it seems to be like they come out of the woodwork. Like I mean, I don't even know who the fuck these people are, but they got a fucking problem with me. You know what I mean? It was like the lady at the clerk of courts, man. That woman was vicious, man. When they come to take my house, by the way, I just want to add this, a 5-day eviction notice. I went there and I was like, well, how do I request a continuance or an extension at least, so that way I don't lose all my fucking belongings in 5 days, right? She said, you have to write a letter to a judge. So I sat out there in the hallway and I was writing my letter to the judge. She, I swear to God, interrupted me like 10, 20 different times. I don't know exactly how many times, a lot of times. And was like, are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done yet? And I'm like, I'm out here in the hallway and no, I'm not done yet. I'm still writing the letter. It was like a 2-page letter. You know what I mean? It wasn't even, it wasn't, I was trying to write a letter because I was trying to get a fucking, I don't want to lose my shit. You know what I'm saying? And she literally harassed me the entire time. I'm like, why the fuck don't you go in your, back in your fucking hole and mind your own fucking business? You know what I'm saying? I didn't say that, but you know what I mean? But she literally was fucking harassing me the whole time. And I'm like, what the fuck is this lady's problem? I was thinking to myself, you know what I mean? Well, I had to hand her the fucking letter, and I gave her the letter. There's like 11 judges in that courthouse, and I swear to God, this woman hid my letter, and she refused to give it to a judge, and after 30 days, 30-some days or some shit like that, I got a response to my letter from the fucking very sheriff that came and evicted me from my fucking house that day. You know, I mean, it could... but they call it gang stalking. I didn't know what gang stalking was or any of that shit back then. I've never even heard of gang stalking or anything like that. So that shit, I had no idea what the fuck that was and wasn't aware of any of that. I had gone through a lot of shit. They tried committing me. They tried lying to the judge. They tried holding me hostage. They tried all kinds of crazy shit on me. Tried stealing my dog. Stole all my belongings, my house. Before that, they threatened my parents that they were going to charge them thousands of fucking dollars in the middle of winter when there was snow and ice on the ground if they didn't remove some fucking yard ornaments. And like 2 pieces of trash that they had like poked their nose around in our yard to find just to harass us. That was like one time. There was another time too. And then in the fire department, they had the fire department harass us with CRI News Weekly one time from fucking William Penn College. And I was like, what are you guys doing? They're filming our yard. And they're like, oh, we're doing a news story. I was like, oh, you don't have my permission to do the news story. And I don't even own the property. So you're going to have to not do that. And they said, okay, well, we won't use this. And it turns out, I've come to find out, actually, they did, without my permission, still use the fucking news story beyond my consent and my parents' consent. Were harassing me over like 2 bags of trash and like a fucking stack of wood or something that was behind our garage when there was a fucking unlicensed junkyard behind us that worked for the city, that works for the water department. He had junk metal everywhere, just all kinds of shit. And I mean, and there was people with trash in their fucking yards all over the place, and they just was targeting us. You know what I'm saying? They were picking on us for no fucking reason. I have no idea why. My dad is a Schwann's driver. And has been one for 20 some years. My mom, I mean, they both worked at like Hy-Vee there before, but my mom worked at Pella Corp for many years, so she had to drive to Pella every day. She worked at Pella. I'm starting to think now. I think it's one of these bitches that it's usually a fucking little witch of a bitch that like, you know, tries to get people in trouble for shit that just tries to cause people problems, and like uses people in authority to get their way. And whatever their mental problem is, most of the time we don't even know what the fuck that is. They're mentally fucking ill. You know what I'm saying? And have been all these years. And ironically, they're the ones that are always trying to get people that are fucking perfectly sane, probably intellectuals, and try to make them look crazy or try to put them in, you know what I'm saying? and or just to give them a bad name, a slander campaign upon their name or whatever the fuck, just spreading rumors about them, or whatever it may be. And so I strongly suspect two for sure, two women for sure, 100% on that. And but there's more too. I have a feeling. I just don't know. I don't really know. I didn't even know what gang stalking was back then. You know what I'm saying? So if I knew now or knew then what I know now, I would have been a little bit more prepared, been a little bit more vigilant, and I might understand a little bit more exactly of what the fuck, who's behind what. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure I know. I'm pretty sure I know because it's the ones that have been vocal, the ones that have been harassing us still. Probably you're going to be the ones that fucking were the ones that were perpetuating it back then. Also, there was a woman from one of from a realty service also that had been following me around everywhere as I went because I didn't drive, so I'd walk everywhere, and I would see this woman everywhere I went, and I'm like, who the fuck is this bitch? Turns out when they come to took my house, she was out in the street orchestrating a whole fucking event. So like, she had been following me around for like a month and a half before they'd ever took my fucking house though. So this had been like a long drawn out plan, them taking the house and everything. They demolished the house and everything. They illegally took I don't know, illegally, they didn't lawfully take the fucking house rightfully. Okay, because they took the house with a bank that didn't even own the house. Because I had an electronic contract with Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, or Freddie Mae, Fannie Mac, whatever the fuck. And what it was my deadline was up, but I was in negotiations with them to try to be able to pay to rent still. And so I guess considering I think I'm like a squatter at that point, because it was my parents' house, but they had foreclosed. So, but hang on a second here. Okay, so they had foreclosed on my parents, and so they had given up on the house, and plus some other things had happened, and so my parents had already moved out, and I was the only one that was still in the house. And so the city was trying to snake the fucking house. You know what I mean? And they were pissed off because they couldn't even sell the house at an auction for $10,000, and it ended up going to Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, and I guess that had gone over